Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know who I am, igama langu Babalwa Mcaciso, and today we've got the one, the only, Mr. Mcaciso himself.
Y'all know what time it is. My first feature, sit down feature for 2024. I did feature in a vlog here because life has been lifing, you know. No, this channel was never intended for me to be part of it. So I've handed it over to the rightful owner to keep doing a thing so that I can focus on doing my things, you know.
The rightful owner is here, darling.
That's what.
The rightful owner is...
Yeah.
Of course, we're doing the things for 2024.
Once January is finished, because January is the longest month of the year, so once January is out of the way, then Sugi.
You are in.
So what are we chatting about today, man? It's been a
while, guys. We haven't done a sit down since last year.
Yeah.
You are welcome to 2024 sit down. This year we are doing things differently. This year it's the year of consistency. I did declare it in the previous one, so I'm excited to have you.
Yeah, I think we let a lot of people down last year.
Oh, God.
But there was just a lot of stuff that we had to focus on last year. But it's not an excuse. It's really work consistently. We're gonna be in your screens every month.
Yeah.
Hopefully every week.
Every week.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
The plan is
Mama Lapa,
because I want to make sure. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about 2024, setting the tone for 2024 as a family. Mm-hmm. I did this as an individual, and I thought it would be great to have this discussion as well for couples.
Yeah.
Because it's really important to have goals together as a family. So what we're talking about today is the importance of setting goals as a unit.
Yes, 100%.
Is it important?
100%.
Should it be done collectively?
Yeah.
The dangers of doing it alone when you are a couple, the advantages of doing it together when you are a couple, and
I think I mean if you own a home together, so if it's in direction you want, because the moment you know, and I think your business is going to seven kuzo. A good example of how to conduct affairs as a unit, as a relationship, to ensure that you all put in towards the same objectives. The businesses would normally at the beginning of the year have what they call a strategy session. And the purpose of the strategy session is to look back and see the things that you've done right, but also the things that you've done wrong, and to then engage and see how can you then improve from your performance last year to ensure that awuphindi man ubeke endaweni eyi-one kabini kathathu kane. So that's why kubalulekile that you have a straight session as a family, as a couple, as a unit, and set it down objectives zenu enifuna uzachieva as a unit. Obviously you need as an individual, number one, with your own set objectives, but also importantly as a family because ezakho i-objectives zingaclash ne-life as a family. Mhlawumbe mina ndifuna uthenga i-Mercedes.
That's true. That's what I was going to say.
Can't you end up?
That is
you want us to extend
or travel.
Or travel.
Yeah.
So now we conflict. Now we've got this money. I want to buy a car. You want to travel, go to Bali, whatever these places that people go to. And now there's a problem now because the money. And now there's a fight and things fall to the wayside and it's a situation. Right. So
Yeah, I honestly think it is very important to set goals as an individual, right? But when you are together, it's also important to sit down with your person and let them know these are what my goals are for the year.
Yeah.
So that you guys can talk, because obviously when you operate as a unit, finances are a big thing.
Yeah.
You can't have like your own dreams and visions as a one person. Like nine plans, zakho and nine plans zenu. Uyabo. So kubalulekile ba kubekho balance between your own plans and your guys' plans as a collective, because these are the things that cause a lot of conflict in relationships. That people think that the conflict is caused by just the fight we're having about the small thing. Lay one. Lioba, I'm planning a trip. I'm planning a trip. And then when you're like, why is he gonna be angry at me because I'm planning a trip? Conflict understand. Exactly.
It's your failure to plan and
it's
to
the root
communicate
and the seeds.
I think I mean, for Wena Baba.
Why is he laughing?
Can't really ask. So Wena Baba, like, what is family planning? What's the first priority for you? To make sure that we are aligned on this one. The core one, core aligned relationship going forward.
Sure. So Oti, what is my
your top content? This is a priority for a family. For you to make
priority goal or priority?
It's not a goal, it's a plan. Like, for example,
plan.
what is one thing that you must always be aligned on as a couple?
As a couple, it's finances. I believe finances are a huge thing. That's not true.
Finances. He's
lying. He is lying. He's lying. Guys, this is not a true reflection. It's not a true reflection.
Sorry, guys.
It's not true. Oh God. Oh please. Come on. You're stupid. None of it's true.
But why None
of it's true.
Why?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what Zola is talking about.
Yeah, but I think it's important. It's very important. I think it's no sometimes when save back couples.
It's a
thing. Like I don't, it's quite, and I don't know how people navigate that, because how do you then manage the expectations? Zomdo wako. Funeka yazi umuntu wakuba say awunayo. Angabi ne-expectation uba kuzawuya eDubai. Funeka ngathi sacinga ukuya eDubai qonda yho. Sizayithatha phi imali, because umuntu wami nam yabo any imali engasidibanisa kuphuma imali engayonele into ezingaka kanje nakanje nakanje. So it's quite important to be open about those things in a relationship.
Yeah. So for me, that is the most. Finances is the biggest thing for you, and for you, you asked me what is my biggest thing for.
What's one thing that you can't compromise? For me, it's understanding, like, your partner's primary goals for the year, the things that they want to achieve the most. It's important to know that, so that in your engagement with each other, you don't behave or conduct yourself in a manner as a compromiser. That's one important thing that we often achieve. For example, if you want to take more to It's a big thing that you want to achieve. Can you fully renovate a bedroom or whatever it is? It's important that partner wako is aware of it so that they can meet you some way. Or they don't act in a way that is going to compromise the offer you achieve by the end of the year. And also, it's important for accountability. You must be able to tell who's out, I know when people check on you about things that you've said for yourself, but sometimes you need that person because a lot of things happen in life on a day-to-day basis, and you can lose sight of the things that you said you want to achieve. So you need our partner to keep in check. Can't go to Zabie for 2 weeks, for 4 months, for whatever. Yeah, but to keep in check so that they're aligned.
Yeah, I think for me, the importance of setting goals as a unit helps avoid a lot of conflict in the household.
Yeah.
As a family, it's important to have a vision and dreams of growing together.
Yeah.
It's important to have a vision of your life. You need to have a vision board as a family together, because I feel like you need to see progress in your guys' life from year to year. Like you need to be driven to accomplish certain things. Because I think a lot of people growing up, you're told that you need to get married, you need to have a home, you need to have kids, and then you're good. Kanti, as a unit, there's so much more.
So much more.
There is so much more. It's so important to dream together. I feel like that also helps keep a spark in the relationship, or keep a spark in the marriage, where you guys are
pursuing things.
Busy. You are on a mission. You're saving money to.
Busy.
Oh yeah. We're trying to make our dreams come true. There's nothing more beautiful to see than a couple working together
and doing things,
doing beautiful things. Like a couple owning a business,
hustling together,
right? They're hustling together. It's not a one-way transactional relationship where you are, as the lady, you are on the receiving end. Ufuna ublesswa kwasoloko ufuna ublesswa, ufuna isiwa ngapha nangapha, ufuna ubhejwa, because I feel like social media portrays a society in these days where it's fashionable for ladies or for women to be on the receiving end of like women are doing crazy things to be on the receiving end, but it's so beautiful when you see young couples pushing each other, working hard, starting a business, and seeing the husband supporting the wife, vice versa.
To achieve his goals now.
Because a lot of the times it's always the man. It's always the man that is.
And
also
it's just a support structure, as if you're down. But kwezinye families, I mean, that arrangement works if both parties are okay with it, right? You manage the home, I go out there and make things happen. But for so long as you're not doing it in isolation, right? You're not just going. You don't even know what your husband does or whatever. You're just happy for so long as. This is animal and things like that. But there's only couples where the woman is not active in terms of bringing money home directly, but she is the success behind
the family
being put together and being successful. Of course, there are those scenarios, But I understand the scenario that you're talking about, where like you're just sitting on top of your dreams and goals. And then there's one partner going out there and making things happen, and and also like man, it's important. But personally, I believe, so I too, we must go out there and try and be economically active, be able to bring an income into the household. That makes life way more easier. Because only a few people can really give a good quality of life with family, you know, because we need to really move and shift away from as a structure, it's only the dad or your pangela and things like that. We need to now. Nobody 9 to 5, nobody 2, but nobody thinks nobody weekends or need something, you know, that you are able to actually do together and hustle together, and I think that it just adds a different dynamic and flavor to the relationship. It strengthens the relationship actually to do something with your wife and to but you spend a lot of time together also as well, and you also get to see other sides of each other. The competitive side and that you normally deprived of seeing how your husband or wife is like in the boardroom if you work so.
That's true, yeah.
So you can see your wife sitting there in a meeting and negotiate, trying to, she's so sexy. You see, I'm like, guys, I think, you know, the numbers, yeah. Yeah! No, I don't think the proposal going, hey, first of all, etc. Don't forget you figure. So no food, man, because what you saw, because there are different ways, different versions of sexiness. And hustling together is one of them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So guys, as a couple, as a family, you have plans and goals together. Yeah. And I think for us, one of the things that has really helped us implement this in our household is having meetings.
Yes.
And setting a meeting in your diary. It was like never used to like formalities. He'd be like, let's have the conversation now. He'd be like, you want to talk about it? Let's have it. And I'm like, no, there's a time and place. One thing I've learned, actually, I'm deviating now. One thing I've learned about this meeting situation, I actually learned it from a pastor. When I was doing ministry, a Baptist,
Hallelujah.
yes. He made this example this one time in class, saying that when you need to have a meeting with your partner, make sure that it's not at home.
Yeah.
Because at home, it's your comfort zone. It's very easy for tempers to skyrocket.
That's true.
So always go in a public space when you need to talk about sensitive topics.
Yeah.
Where you can compose yourself and go to a beautiful restaurant, set a meeting in a beautiful restaurant. Like for example, at work as well, when your boss needs to talk about something serious, they'll say let's go out for coffee or let's go out for lunch. You go out to a beautiful restaurant, you set the tone, and you have your agenda in the meeting, because it's very easy as well to deviate and talk about other things that you stick to the agenda, write up the agenda. If you're talking about finances, stick to finances, and then you don't talk about anything else. And then if it isn't easy, to stick to the list that you write, basically. Because it also helps you when you leave that meeting, you have a way forward, and you know where you stand afterwards.
And a different setting does something to you as a person, to be quite honest, than having a conversation at home. And we take it serious. Could you avoid cough? We take it serious. It's not something that is just done passing. We left, we showered, we prepared, we're going to this place. We are going to discuss this particular thing. So it stands out. And then it's not something that you take lightly.
And on that note, when you do go out and have the meeting, like at a place, I feel like you also get the chance, when you sit put it in your diary, you get a chance to prepare your mind.
Yeah.
It's not just. So you've had time to think about it. You prepare your mind. You can say, this is, you're ready. And if you casually, let's talk about finances.
Yeah. Then it's just a casual conversation. Yeah, so another thing, I think, then obviously we're talking about finances, talking about knowing each other's individual goals. I mean, also like then meeting or Google state session saying, just have a plan. Just have a plan, because just the 6 months or 12 months or however months that you want to structure your plan, just have a plan, because get flukes. Yeah, but this thing of football is not like, you know what a fluke is?
No, I don't know what a fluke is.
How's the flukes?
What is a fluke?
Things that happen by chance. Like like you just go in things, they happen randomly. Yeah, one get flukes or structure or whatever. I understand that people function, but like sometimes long and plan, and you can be stuck in the same place and you won't even realize it.
That's so
or you can be so lost and so far away from the path that you're supposed to be walking in, you don't even realize it, because there's no path that you've crafted for yourself that will operate as a boundary for you to realize, but you say now they're like, so ibalekile wena ngaqala unyaka to say kuyazi noni kulo nyaka besithe our room as a family. That's one of our goals, so that when Zola nxa wami ufuna isikipha sikamaXhosa pha uthi no kalo before we spend 9,000 rand skipping. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
100%.
You must satisfy your portion of the amount that you're supposed to contribute to this room. Then you are free to go spend the money on that particular item. Yeah, because if you don't have that, it's just there's no plan. We would like to renovate this room, but there's no plan. So yangeni imali kaZola abaleka usithi makusoza yabo abelita abemnandi atripe landlu ngokulityele, because there was no plan. And then yaphela unyaka like, oh damn, asirenovethanga la because we have no plan. If you say, okay, in the next 6 months imali engenayo, we contribute a portion to this house and to this room, and we want X, Y, and Z. So imali engenayo, you put it there. I actually realized this thing of planning, because I'm a very when it comes to spending and buying, what's the word? Random. What's the word? I'm spontaneous. I'm quite spontaneous. I never say let me go shopping. I don't do those things. So I would be somewhere in South Africa, or store, what's the I never let me go shop. But I realized that, like, for the most part last year, I didn't buy clothes for myself or anything because I was so invested in the plan that we had and the finances and the things that we needed to do around the house as a collective, that I was so responsible about every cent that went out. And as a result, I mean, last year we've done like all the things that we had set out for ourselves that we were going to do. So I think that's the advantage of
planning. Yes, the advantage of planning. It is very important, that thing, guys, as a couple, because it keeps you in check. You're able to grow, you're able to be accountable, you're able to stick to the plan. You're able to stick to the plan and not deviate from the plan. And this is a very important thing, because I feel like we live in a different generation. We live in a generation with intention these days, and it's so beautiful to see that abantu abamnyama bavukile ngoku. They are starting to take hold of ubomi babo, and even the pace around Christmas has really changed. People are very intentional about what they do, what they want to do,
with who,
how.
100%. And all those things.
Guys, so that as a couples,
ningalahleki.
So guys, balekile into yoba as a family nihlale phansi nibe ne vision board. In the same breath that you have a vision board for yourself, manubeka plane, manubeka destination. Manubeka destination, ndibeke pha ndifuna uya eGreece kanti uMr Mcaciso yena befuna uya eThailand. Ubone? And then You see. Guys, that it's very important, so that when you look at your life at the end of the year and you are reflecting on your year, you are reflecting at the growth that you have had as a collective as a couple, and you're also reflecting at the growth that you've had as an individual. So
yeah.
And
like you, every year you need to plan. You need to plan around yourselves and for them. What do you want them to do this year? What do you want them to learn this year? What activity do you want them to learn? Swimming. As long as I know one, they need to be planned and manifested, because the universe works in that way. You say things, you put them out there, you say you want them. You may not achieve all of them. But trust me, one or two of the things that you manifest for yourself this year and you work towards them, you put them out there, you visualize them, they are going to happen. Not all of them, but they're going to happen. So kubalulekile to visualize and plan and to set goals, right? Because we wake up every day, right, to help other people's goals become a reality. Because when those sebenza kuzo kukho budgets, kukho plans, kukho intoni uzola makazi lwethile so achieve lwethile. So you wake up when you're just a tool every day in this whole life thing to make other people's goals become a reality. But what about yourself? What about your goals? So each time you go out and wake up and you're betraying your own goals, you're betraying yourself basically by going every day to fulfill your employer's goals and duties. And by the end of the year, you reflect as a department, did we achieve our goals? Did we achieve our objectives? Yeah, so I guess 5% increase, yeah, But what about your life and yourselves, as a couple? What have you achieved at the end of the year together as a couple? What have you achieved as an individual? So zibalulekile ezo nto ezo, and the best time to do it is do it at the beginning of the year. You've got plenty of time ahead of you to make sure that they become a reality. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah, that's true. I think even at the end of the year, so that you go into the year, reflect on your year, and then look at what you have done and what you could do better going into the new year. I'd say, it also is good doing it either at the end of the year or beginning of the year. Angaqala unyaka ungenayo plan.
Kodwa masithandana sihlala ndenza ifly ufuna ingoma iyoculeza
Bye guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you enjoyed watching this video.
Thank you. Peace out.